Ready? Grab a chair, sit at your piano bench, wherever you feel comfortable, and have a seat. And just try and get as nice and vertical as you can get. Not slouched over, right? Not hunched, but just kind of nice and vertical. And using this as a starting point, let's take a look at all the different ways that our head is capable of moving. So from this place, let's kind of tilt our head forward from the neck, just kind of medium speed. And return. And let's tilt it backward. Again, kind of medium speed. And return. So let's try this again, except let's do it very slowly. And let's pay attention to any feelings of tension that might creep in the process. So again, let's tilt forward from the neck, slowly. Now if you're like me, you're going to start to feel some tension in the back of your neck. You may even feel it radiate into your shoulders, your back, possibly even into your arms. What that is that's just our muscles fighting against gravity, which is wanting to do nothing more than pull our head down. Let's return slowly. Let's notice if those feelings of tension disappear. So let's try the same thing, except tilt backward this time, very slowly. Again, notice any tension that wants to creep in. And then return. Notice how tension tends to disappear. I mean, that tension is nothing more than gravity wanting to pull our head down and our muscles having to compensate to hold it up. Great, so let's try another thing. Let's tilt forward, kind of medium speed, and let's tilt backward. Forward, backward. And just notice if there's a place somewhere in between those two where things just feel very free and comfortable and nice and balanced. That's where we want to be when we play. It's just something we want to cultivate, is just that free and easy place. So let's take a look at another motion. Let's shift our head forward. Kind of medium speed for now. And return. And then let's shift it backward. And return. Great, so let's do the same thing we did before. Let's do this very slowly and just pay attention to any feelings of tension that want to creep in. And if you're like me, you're really feeling it in your neck right now. And that's kind of to be expected. What may not be expected is you'll tend to feel it radiate down to your shoulders, even to your arms and back. Let's return. And notice how those feelings of tension tend to disappear. And again, let's do the same thing backward now. And return. So just like before, let's shift forward, shift back, and just try and find a place in there where things feel nice and free and comfortable and balanced. That's what we want to cultivate. So let's take a look at some other emotions. Let's take our head and let's tilt to one side. Kind of medium speed, just so you can see what it looks like. And return. And to the other side. So let's do this very slowly now. And again, pay attention to any feelings of tension that want to creep in. One side. If you're like me, you're starting to feel it across your neck on the opposite side. And it does tend to radiate down to your shoulders and back and arms a little. Then return and feel how that tension tends to disappear. Now to the other side. Slowly. Probably feeling tension on the opposite side of your neck, as to be expected. And again, it may come as a bit of a surprise. It does tend to spread. Tension is not something that tends to stay isolated. It's something that tends to spread to other parts of our body. And return. Notice how that tension tends to disappear. So let's go one side, other side. And just notice in between there, there's a place where things feel very free and easy and comfortable and balanced, right? Great. Now, let's take a look at another motion. Let's shift our head to one side. If you're like me, this one really, really hurts. Return and shift to the other side. And return. So I don't want to make too big a deal of this motion. You know, this is like the Egyptian dancing motion, right? Just something to be aware of, that this is indeed something your head is capable of, and just for awareness purposes. So let's take a look at a final motion, and let's rotate our head clockwise, kind of medium speed, and return, and then counterclockwise, and return. Now, if you're like me, this one isn't terribly problematic, all right? I don't feel a lot of tension kick in. You might feel a little bit of like a coiling spring effect as you get to the very extremes of the motion. But it's pretty free and comfortable. One thing that's different about this motion compared to the others is there's no imbalance. So there's no sense of gravity trying to pull our body part down, right? And therefore nothing to compensate for. So let's do this. Let's put all those motions together, right? Just kind of imagine head, tilt forward, back, shift, right, tilt left, tilt right, shift left, right, rotate, and just kind of put all those together in a very, just kind of a random motion, and just try and find a place, right, where it feels free and easy, where your body goes, yeah, that really feels nice. That's what we want to cultivate. And the important point here is that place is not rigid. It's not a place like this. It's just somewhere in here, right? It's alive. So let's take that forward with us as we talk about the other body parts.